There are some things we got to talk about because I don't think we really understand what's going on here. I don't think we really understand what's happening. God Valley, it's a setup. God Valley was a setup on multiple different fronts. And we don't even know much yet. We know quite a bit, but we don't know much. But based on how it's tracking, God Valley was a setup. Okay. Let's somehow start from the top. What do we know about God Valley? Like, at this moment, what do we know? 38 years ago, Garb got his nickname, Garb the Hero. Him and Roger allied, took down Roxy Zabek. That's where the Rocks pirates fell. The world government, for whatever reason, they decided that this incident was not to be spoken of again. That's where Roxy Zabek fell. And then God Valley vanished without a trace. Now in the new chapter that's just got released, 1095, there's more context. Whoa. One thing I also forgot to mention, Shanks was found in a chest in God Valley. That is relevant information because you'll understand why. Now, God Valley, with this chapter, gives us so much more context. It is almost incredible. Actually, it is incredible. First guy we're going to address, the king of the natives of God Valley. The celestial dragons are hell, man. I can't say enough about how terrible they are, but I understand them. Hold on. Hello there, fellow adventurers. Brago here, and today I've got something epic to share with you all One Piece fans and mobile gamers out there. Get ready to dive into a world where you can not only defeat bosses, but make them serve you. Introducing Dungeon Hunter 6, the latest installment in the legendary hack and slash franchise. But this time, it's not just about slaying bosses. It's about making them your allies. Imagine summoning up to 3 of these mighty beasts onto the battlefield, all part of your squad. You can even shapeshift into them for ultimate power. With over 100 unique bosses to conquer and monthly updates, the possibilities are endless. But that's not all, folks. DH6 brings some seriously creative gameplay to the table. Ever wanted to go on a stealth mission as a cat? Well, now you can, inspired by a real cat that lives with the developers. And let's not forget the customizable mount system, where you can ride fantasy creatures and machines when meeting other players. It's a game that keeps you on your toes. Now let's talk about the visuals. Dungeon Hunter 6 takes mobile gaming to the next level with stunning 3D graphics and mind-blowing skill animations. It's optimized for multicasting, giving you the smoothest combat experience on your mobile device. Trust me, you'll be amazed at how good this game looks and feels. And there's more. You can team up with your guildmates and engage in real-time guild wars, experiment with various skill tree options to test different builds, and even trade items through the auction system. It's a world full of possibilities, and the adventure never ends. So what are you waiting for? Dive into Dungeon Hunter 6 and experience a world where you don't just defeat bosses, you make them serve you. It's time to unleash your inner bounty hunter and embark on an epic journey like no other. Please scan the QR code for more details. Use my link to install Dungeon Hunter 6 for free and get a special starter pack worth $50 available for the next 30 days. Join the launch event for free chances to win amazing prizes like an iPhone 15 Pro Max, PS5, Apple Watch, and many more. Visit dungeonhunter6.com/luckydraw for details. What I'm saying is, as a celestial dragon, you have everything you want. You have power, you have fame, you have money, you have women, you have food. There's nothing you really need. I was saying that Jay Garcia, he is excited right now. That's why he's talking so much. Was losing his mind. Yo, bring the people out. What's the worst torture? I would like to see you guys get away. Let's see what fate has in. Yo, he's talking heavy because he's been bored. This is the most exciting he's been maybe since Bingo Fridays. There's nothing else he really has to look forward to. These people, these celestial dragons, they're bored. So they use people, real life things, consequential things as sport. Every 3 years, they have this hunting session. This time, right? The crazy part. They chose this time to do it on a non-affiliated world government place. Why y'all ain't choose Wano? I wonder what if they did choose Wano? They chose God's Valley. Here's my qualm with the king of the natives. God Valley wasn't given to the island because of the celestial dragons. God Valley was given to it because of its abundance of resources. Which, bro, in this world, in this era, I'm not giving anything a name or any inclination that could make the CDs jealous or make them focus in or hone in on my country or my territory. This was a non-government affiliated country. It was not necessarily like Wano, because Wano was closed off, but they weren't affiliated. And they said, you know what? This is the island we're gonna choose. And instead of hunting humans, we're gonna hunt the people that live there. They're sick, but they're just bored. So stakes. I want you to think of this. The higher the stakes, the more excitement they get because, well, they don't really have much excitement because they have everything already. They lead very simple lives in regards to, well, everything is provided for them because of who they are. Stakes. Garling confirmed my suspicions about them. He came in, killed the king of the natives and said, well, the handicap, that makes it more interesting because, I mean, what else do you have to look forward to? steaks. Now, we see what Garland looks like, and so we're assuming that Shanks is Garling's kid. Is it crazy that Garling staked his own child because he was so confident in his abilities? Because remember, Shanks was found in a chest. Something I want you guys to notice here. In the chapter, we see the celestial dragon with the blade, right? Talking about the event and giving us information on the event, telling us about the native cleansing festival. What's next to that guy or behind him? A bunch of chests. In these chests, I presume maybe Shanks is in one, but not only Shanks, devil fruits. Or maybe not Shanks, but at some point, Garling could have bet his own child because he was confident he was going to be the champion. Something else that's very important here is that the Viz translation changed what they said about Garling back in the day. First, they called him the King of God Valley. With that, it's very vague. Obviously, with context, it's just blatantly wrong because, well, we know he was not the king. He just killed the king. And so that got changed. But it got changed to a very specific thing. They changed it from champion to saying he was once a dominating figure who once distinguished himself at God Valley. Again, who once distinguished himself at God Valley. This speaks volumes considering God Valley was chosen at random. Doubt it, though. My feelings are telling me God Valley was chosen out of spite because they had the gall to name this place God Valley, and the celestial dragons, the gods of the verse, don't live there. How dare you? Now we're going to make an example out of you. They were chosen. It wasn't at random. They knew what they were doing. They went in there to specifically make an example out of these people. Let's be honest. But Garling made himself a distinguished figure at God Valley. One incident, another thing. Him being distinguished at God Valley ties into so many different things because one thing we know for a fact is Shanks. Not only that he was found in the chest when he went to go see Whitebeard. I've made a video on this before. I'll link it here. Where when we saw that moment with Whitebeard and Shanks, when Whitebeard said, "Every time I see your face, my scars throb." Oh, he's talking about Roger because Roger was his captain. Now we see what a young Garling looks like. Looks a lot like Shanks. So more than likely, the man who scarred Whitebeard was not Roger, but Garling. Now, how does this tie into the Rocks Pirates? Because this is the more interesting part. The Rocks Pirates. A setup. One, I do not think this island was chosen at random. This was a plan. They went in there for a purpose. Two, not only did they go in there for a purpose, Garp went there and Roger went there. And they worked together in tandem and took down the Rocks Pirate. Do we remember? Let's go back to Kaido's flashback, shall we? Right here. Kaido's flashback. We have someone, presumably Big Mom, coming to Kaido say, "Hey, Kaido, quick! There's trouble. We gotta go." Big Mom specifically says, "Kaido, big trouble. We gotta go to God Valley." Big trouble. What could be the big trouble? Well, the big trouble is the world government chose God Valley as their place for their hunt. So they had to go immediately. It wasn't for a score necessarily because that's a lick, meaning that's a huge come up if they go and they can take advantage of the celestial dragons. It seems like it's a score, but Big Mom, that's the person we're presuming says it to Kaido, paints it as trouble. Was that Rox's secret hideout, secret organization? Is that where Rox had all of his resources? But hidden under the guise of God Valley. It's kind of hiding in plain sight, I guess, but big trouble. So someone told them what was going on. Somebody in the world government hit the Rocks Pirates. Hey, this is happening. It could be a native, but they got tipped off and they had to go immediately. So then the Rocks Pirates got to pull up. Then Roger pulled up. And Garp pulled up. This all feels too convenient. So let's try to play this out real quick. Celestial Dragons pull up. They're having their event there. Garling's already there. Slaves are there. Kuma's there. I presume Dragon's there. They pull up because of a problem. Could be that they were trying to protect the people there. Could be. But somehow people got wind that the Rocks Pirates were going to be at God Valley, specifically Roger and Garp. Did they already know Rocks had ties to God Valley? That's why they chose there, hoping to flush him out. And so that's why Roger went there and Garp went there. But Roger and Garp working together, we still don't know why. Because if Rocks went there and there were slaves there and he's trying to liberate them, why would they try to stop him? This all feels very convenient and it feels like a setup. It feels like the world government was playing them and trying to lure them out. What's the trouble? Why are you heading there? But why did Roger and them stop them? It's, bro, just trying to wrap my mind around that information is driving me crazy. Because Oda does it so well. Like, he leaves out intricate pieces, but there's even more. I mentioned the prizes already because more than likely chaos ensues. More than likely that's where Big Mom got Kaido's devil fruit. Could be after that Roger, that's where he found Shanks. Could be where others got their devil fruit. What I'm hoping for is that at the end, in the midst of God Valley, we see different devil fruits just crazy. Because go back to Doflamingo. Do we remember Doflamingo? Celestial Dragon tournament. What was the prize? a devil fruit. Go back to Boa and her captivity. The celestial dragons, devil fruits, and things of high value, they play with it. And again, I would not be surprised if Garling bet his own kid or someone from the Friggerland family because he was so confident. But again, going back to Garling, Rock's Pirates go there, Roger go there. Garling obviously jumps in to stop them, scars Whitebeard. You scar someone like Whitebeard, and again, not even just at the time, but where Whitebeard goes on to be, your value actually goes up. Even if you scarred him when he wasn't as strong, you scarred him. Like for Blackbeard, his cachet keeps going up because he scarred Shanks. Even if Shanks wasn't as strong as he is now, he did it. Shanks became a Yonko. Well, I'm the man that gave him a permanent scar. Doesn't matter when I did it. Kind of does for people that power scale, but it doesn't matter when he did it. Dog. I'm not sure if we're about to get the entirety of the God Valley flashback, but Oda did say that man will fight him. That man will fight him. Oda implied there was going to be a free-for-all in 2023. At Jump Festa 2022. This is the perfect free-for-all location. This is the perfect situation for a free-for-all. Garp, Roger, Rock's Pirates, Zebek, Celestial Dragons, God Knights, Dragon, Dog. I don't think we understand what we've just figured out. There's trouble for the Rock's Pirates. They got tipped off. Roger and them had to get tipped off and know what's going on. Garp and them had to get tipped off. Was this all part of the world government's plan? Let me know. I'm back literally reading right now, trying to find as much as I can. I just wanted to bring this to you guys. I'm sure some people have seen this. Most of you probably haven't. These are sketches for One Piece Film Red, where Oda drew different moments. I'm sure you guys remember at the end where he showed the Shanks flashback and him being found in a chest. Oda drew these sketches, and here they are redrawn. It looks like God Valley was still there after Roger and them left. The Marines were chasing them actually, which somewhat goes against the narrative that him and Garp are working together, but they probably worked together. Then he gave them a time to escape, and they escaped. And then here we see Roger and those guys opening the chest, which means they probably got all the chests that were there, or some of them, most of them, that the Celestial Dragons were competing for, and inside of one of them was baby Shanks. More importantly though, when they left, God Valley was still there. They did not have the Mother Flame at that point, so they could not have nuked it. Is God Valley actually still there, but they're just lying and saying it isn't? This is adding to the lore. It's not in the actual story, but Oda drew this. This is as canon as it gets. I'm sorry, guys. The God Valley mystery is unfolding. We gotta wait a week before we get more into it, but it's happening.